People, Total Sunshine on the scene. Now we're winding down from this Martin Luther King holiday planning committee meeting. And I tell you what, there's been so many people coming out to make sure that this event is going to be a success for 2016. The Peace Walk, the parade, January 18th, that morning, it is going to happen, y'all. We're going to have so many people on out there. I'm standing here with one of the men who has helped to make this event a reality for so many years. Please tell the people who you are. They probably know, but tell them who you are and why you do this.
Thank you, Ms. Holmes. I am Keith Silver, one of the co-founders of the Martin Luther King Peace Walk and convener of this revitalized Martin Luther King Parade, co-convener. And first and foremost, Ms. Holmes, I'd like to pause and just thank you and your organization, Total Sunshine, because your organization actually was founded on Martin Luther King's birthday, if I'm correct. And that's so very important because your organization's commitment to the student population and all the work you do with the valedictorians somewhat is unheralded, but I know firsthand the tremendous work you do to support these students. I just want to take pause and thank you and your group for the fine job you guys be doing. Mm-hmm.
That's so awesome of him, because it's not even about me today, but hey, that's all right. I see somebody, people watch.
And I approve this message, because I know the kind of work that their organization do, but it's a fantastic job, with a lot of times with little or no money. Organizations like yourself have a shoestring, and in most cases, a no-string budget, so I'd like to encourage folk as you fill out your DC One Fund application and CFC form to designate Total Sunshine. She has her information on her website, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. That's quite true and correct. Wow, thanks for that. That's freaking awesome. I love it. And people, you know, I won't be mad to see you supporting us now. Lord knows. Okay, we need it. Let's continue on.
And on that note, I just want to, the most significant thing going on at our event on Dr. King's holiday, which is always the third Monday of January, and this year it'll be on Monday the 18th. The wind beneath the wings of our ninth and currently 10th year effort, solely the community organizations need to be applauded, because this is how this event came about. As many of you are aware, the parade was in earlier years, it was under the stewardship of another committee, and they shifted the parade to April of that year, and accordingly Denise Rolock, myself, and others came together and actually founded this effort, and it has evolved into currently it's incorporated the parade at this point. So that's where we are today. But the most important factor of this effort is a collective event where we have close, as people have seen today, we have close to 50 to 60 organizations represented today by their CEOs or their executive directors, and that's the power that this community have. We've been meeting from October 1st till today, and I think all indications prove this should be another great event solely because the community supports this effort, and we in turn love the community and respect them. It's important we continue to highlight the work of the community organizations because, as I mentioned earlier, they don't receive the funding, and a lot of them do not get these government grants, yet they unselfishly, 364 days out the year, give back to the community in different ways. So we use this 365th day of the community to say we appreciate them, and that's why we highlight these community organizations. The second thing I want to point out on this Martin Luther King holiday, our theme this year, change is coming. We're going to be represented that day. We're going to have two components. We have the Peace Walk component that will start it off, and the Peace Walk will be exercising our First Amendment rights, and we have groups and organizations that will be speaking on issues of course, as we know, Black Lives Matter, but equally or more importantly, we have DC statehood advocates. And that's one of the things that we need to keep in mind. Our current effort for DC statehood, actually, Dr. King could be, was very pivotal in this because the forerunner of the DC statehood effort was the Home Rule marches, and Dr. King continuously responded to Reverend Walter Fauntroy's call, and it was Dr. King's national presence in the mid-60s and the Home Rule marches that quite frankly have us here where we are today. So not only was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. the single most important man with the single most important message in the second half of the 20th century, he was a friend and a brother to Washington, D.C. This man supported Washington, D.C. in our efforts, so in turn, we just want to give a measure of love back to the man and respect in this tribute and celebration of his life and times.
Wow, I love that whole thing. Oh, you are promoting smiles in my community. Hey, you just spread me some total sunshine, and you also gave the people a piece of history just in case they weren't aware. Wow.
And that's really important. That's really what this thing is really about. A change is coming. In 10 words or less, what it is, we're trying to pave the road and reset the foundation for future generations to pick up the ball and run with it. It's very important, as exhibited and illustrated today. We have many young folk and many groups. We have bands participating, and many of our first experience with Washington, D.C. was through the former Martin Luther King parade. They gave close to 30, 35, 40 consecutive parades before it was somewhat derailed, but now we're back on track, and as we say, a change is going to come. And this change is going to come because each and every one can participate. You can participate from your living room and the dining room table of your house. The parents can get your children involved. We got to help them with their homework. We got to be more responsible as parents. So when they become teenagers, 14, 15, and 16, they're approachable. They're not anti-everything by that time. We have to reach them in their formative years, and in turn, they will be better students, and in turn, better members of society once they begin their working career. Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. Yes, indeed. And I agree. I agree. Yeah, we all have to do our part, and showing these people, young, old, no matter what color they are, that we are willing to stand together and to continue to support Martin Luther King's legacy. It means a lot to me personally as well. I thank you, Keith Silver.
Well, I appreciate you being here. The single most important thing why I wanted to run and catch you before you left is because I want to join in with everybody that recite your mantra. Your mantra is a people have spoken. Can I do that with you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Absolutely. Oh, it would be my honor and pleasure.
I've been practicing. I got it together. Just give me my cue.
Isn't that it? Yeah. Okay, on three. 1, 2, 3. The people have spoken on Total Sunshine.